Another conversation I feel like starting. We're about to just start like 12 conversations today. I made a video about a week or two ago saying that most men aren't leaders. Here's how I want to add on to that conversation. And it'll give some more clarity for everybody who felt like they were hit below the belt when I said that. So when I look at guys, just like in the world, just like as a human study, I realize that there's two types that I can see. There are the people who position themselves to receive the validation and the acceptance of the men or the boys who inspire them. That's most people. And then there are the people who realize that they can only be so inspired. They actually have to do the shit. And then they take responsibility for their circumstances. And on the back end of that, they become the inspiration. Now, social media has made it very, very, very difficult to be the latter, because it almost, with the engagement that happens on here and the amount of global connectivity that's happening, you almost tend to feel like if you aren't participating, you're going to get left behind, or you're going to take a week, a month, a year off, and then the whole entire world's going to be different. New features, new people, new leaders, new canceled people. But it's that fear of missing out. And I think the fear of missing out, like deeply, is connected to thinking that there's something, or there isn't any value inside of you that you can actually leave these social platforms to go cultivate and then come back to a year, 5 years, 10 years later and bring to the world and say, I've been working on this thing in the real world and I want to share that with you guys. A business, I've been, building a family. I've been doing this, I've been doing this, I've been doing this. But we live in a world where the dopamine hits that come with the immediate validation, the fear of being left behind, the fear of not being who you say you are, the fear of being who you are, the fear of being authentic. Like it's so much. And this is also me being able to recognize that there are very, very, very limited mental health and mental education supports for men. So for a lot of people, it's just stuff all your emotions like deep down in your heart until your heart ends up like self-destructing. So we create this society of guys who basically give up, or most guys who would be stand-up leaders and people and figures in their communities, they give up because they think that they aren't as amazing, as relevant, as popular, as nuanced as like these popular guys who many of these popular influencers are just paying for marketing and paying for ads. So the stand-up guys who we need to see end up just saying, you know what, as long as I'm accepted by my boss that pays me bills and my favorite celebrity like touches my hand one time, or for a lot of you fucking weirdos, as long as Andrew Tate sees me on a stream, then it's just like you're going to be content with your life. But the satisfaction will never come from being the person that you want to be, because you can recognize not only how difficult it will be and how committed you have to be to that path, but also how much rejection from all angles you're going to have to take for even taking steps towards that. You're going to lose friends. You're going to see people that you once called homies and family expose themselves. Not like naked, I'm saying like expose, they didn't really fuck with you. You're going to see people around you laughing at you and shitting on you that you thought didn't even know you existed. Like there is so much going on. You're going to be lonely a lot of the time. Nobody's going to understand you until you figure out you for a lot of this shit. And that takes a long time too. It's just convenience. Convenience is the one thing that capitalism can sell the average person to just make them less human and more addicted, more connected to this system that we live under. And that makes me so sad, especially for the potential that not only I believe I have in myself, but I believe we just as dudes have on planet Earth. Dudes everywhere. But I never want to end these videos by just saying like, all men suck. Men are horrible. Like, I understand that we do suck in many ways, most ways, to be honest. But I'm not going to act like I don't have hope in our community and our people to be better than we ever could have been every single day, as long as we choose to commit to that. What I do believe is that we need to start practicing the responsibility that we're taking in our own lives, and then realizing when we start becoming the person that we want to be, we align ourselves with peers, with a network, with mentors, with influences that end up being so much better and cooler than we are, that they, and our pursuit of not necessarily becoming them, but pursuing a lifestyle like theirs, allows us to meet all the people that we ever could have dreamed of, allows us to gain the respect of the people that truly respect us and truly care about us and our path, especially who we are beyond the role that we're presenting to society. And I want you guys to really feel the validation that comes with being loved and cared for being who you are and pursuing the path that you're fully committing to. Not just the cheap validation that comes with like being seen on a stream or being able to get DMs from even a lot of you guys to even sleep with an Instagram model. Like, what if the success in our lives came from being able to, dude, I just graduated. I just put money down on a house. I just got married. I just like imagine if it was like we're committing to responsibility that we wanted to take as long as life would allow us to take responsibility for it. And then allowed life to change us into the person that we wanted to be, rather than trying to force ourselves into an identity, inevitably being disappointed, quitting on that identity, and then just joining a cult of some other like performing masculine that makes us feel like the man that we want to be, knowing that they're probably faking it and they're probably lying to everybody in their lives as well. And us following a liar only makes us one thing: a fucking loser.